Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we are hanging out today in Satisfactory again. We are going to give our one last try, or one more try I guess, on the Devastator save. I went into the options and restarted the game using DirectX 11, which I know is depreciated for this release, but I saw some rumblings on Reddit that I might be able to avoid the crashes. The frame rate might not be as good, but I would rather have consistent gameplay than crashes. So that's where we're at. I also was able to rename the Transformers session, and it still kept our hours. So we were at 3 hours and 19 minutes. I did a little bit of time last night putting together some screenshots. Both of the VODs for the new save in the grass fields are on YouTube right now, so if you want to go watch those, they're available later on for anybody watching this later on YouTube. That's our backup plan. So if I can't get the Devastator save rolling, then I will move over to the first save and we'll work on the space elevator and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if is that a command, Dan? It might be only a mod thing. Yeah, it's probably only a mod thing. Thanks, though. Alright. So we were planning the main bus train. Which sounds... It's so funny to say. The main bus, comma, train. Like, the main bus train? You say that too fast, it just sounds like you don't know what vehicles are like. They don't work that way. So I've got no idea what to expect here. Hopefully things will be smooth. I am going to hide this because we don't need that hovering behind my camera. And we are nowhere near the next space elevator phase in this particular save through. So already I can tell the frames are a little bit choppy. So this may not be the best. Oh yeah, this might not be playable. We'll let it warm up. Sometimes it takes a minute when I first load up Satisfactory for this to catch up. But if this is not playable for me, I'll have to restart the game. It's a bus that identifies as a train. I kind of want to see a school bus on a train track now. I feel like that would be a cool looking vehicle. Okay. So we were thinking about the train. And the height of the train being 20 meters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 6, 4, 8, 12, 18, 22. I'd imagine the train station does not fit there. No, that needs this level of clearance up there. That's provided we don't have this dip at all, which I don't think we will. So this is going to be our train floor, and honestly that gives us a decent amount of space. So what I imagine is going to happen here is this is going to continue. Yeah, this is really choppy. In the Netherlands, we have trams, which is kind of like a bus on rails. That's fair. Yeah, there used to be trams in Halifax. They don't do it anymore. I feel like we can go. Where's the outer wall here? So this is the outer wall, and then Give myself 2 for depth, which it looks like is what I've done. I tend to use these gate walls as like markers because you can still get through them, which is nice. So this will give us some room for depth and design. Now these are not really being used at all. And I think I had said that the main bus could only get to this far before it starts to have problems because, yeah, there's a rock back here. And I would say I have to go up on the other level in order to encase that. So this is kind of a box that has to exist in this space. So some of these lower belts will have to stop. It's just the bottom ones? Yeah. We've got room for these ones up here. Plus there's one more on top of that. Yeah. So we can make a decision as to how to design this. So if that comes all the way in here, I don't know at what point if there's going to be any openings. I'm not sure what the depth needs to be on this. Once again, we're doing the whole factory is going to be based on Devastator. So I want to create like a plan for what this chest piece is going to look like. And one of the things I think would be cool is to like, where's a good image? Sort of like have the train go in right where his abdomen would be. If that makes sense. Like that green section right under the purple triangle thing. I feel like we could do something cool that would look like that. So like this size right there would be the green space. And then so this thing here is going to get a lot bigger. So our train level really does have to be quite large. I feel like that gives us enough room to do things. We could cut it a little bit closer. That's really tight, though. I forgot about right-click. That is so handy. My vision here is to have the train drop off stuff for our inventory. I don't know how wide the train has to be. So this whole storage thing might not be a thing we do. The train may also not be here. We might be able to push the train sideways, like have it do a curve. How are people finding the frame rate? I know it's a little bit low. Oh, and there's a crash. I guess it doesn't matter. I don't think that I'm hitting the object limit because I've seen people with much, much bigger saves than me. I'm going to copy this and just see. Let me just flip over to another website here. Give me a second. I had a community member, Zero, offered to help me with this if it happened again. I'm going to send and close and then do my notepad. $17th. What's today? It's 2 p.m. $16th, and save that. Lasted longer than you thought? Well, unfortunately, it's almost worse when it lasts longer because it's more frustrating because you end up losing more work and you also get your hopes up. I have to launch the game, I guess, and then switch it back to DirectX 12. Well, cheers to the pioneers. Let's see if I can fix this. I also used to have a different kind of upscaling method before. It gave me an Intel version for upscaling. I don't have an AMD card, so I can't imagine AMD would be the right choice there. Anybody tech-minded in chat know whether I should do which one might be lighter on the system or cause less crashes? Let me know. So I'm on the advanced video settings, upscaling method, set to performance. My frames are capped at 60 for conveyor belts. I could try capping my FPS, but that generally doesn't help. Oh, I should stop that Nightbot command as well. Because that is incorrect. The bonus bits are over. PSR is VRAM intensive. Doesn't say anything about the other one. So now I have to restart the game. Sorry for the delay, folks. Where did we get to? 224. That's 10 minutes ago from now, but I have no idea what that means in terms of where we were in the game. It might be a early save day, but I don't remember. Did that crash the other day on us too? I don't think it did. I think I just ran into a point where I was waiting for space elevator parts. I know I've done this like a number of times. I find that they say they improved the snapping, but I don't find that it really has helped that much. So what I think the best strategy here would be is to make myself like a big room. So if I go into my blueprints, I do have, my mouse even feels laggy. I wonder if my Razer software is running, because that's always a big pain in the butt. No, it's not. It sucks. I'd love to have the mouse do different colors and stuff, but unfortunately it just... 4x4, 4x4, 2 meter, 4x4, 1 meter, 2x4 concrete. That's what I want. They're always tricky to place the first one, but then once you get the first one, easy. It's really touchy.
Building in blueprint mode can further optimize your construction process with snapping and quick dismantling options. Build modes are not just there to make your work easier, they compensate for inevitable human error. Fix-It understands humanity like no other, and humanity needs you to be efficient and productive at all times.
Bali says, have you tried lowering the render distance, putting composters on hoppers, and removing entities like item frames and armor stands? Sorry for the bad joke. I just couldn't stop myself. You know, it's fair. Although, I mean, I could reduce the render distance. I just like to be immersed in the game. Texture quality is high. I find it looks kind of garbage if you don't have it on high. Same with anti-aliasing. Foliage low distance is actually default. View distance, I could cut that back to medium. See if that helps. So that is a very fast way to start to lay out a floor. So as long as we're treating this like the edge of the inside of the wall, I think 3 panels for the wall is good. Oh, it's a window. I'd rather do this. So then if the train was coming in, I thought you could, I guess you can't use the eyedropper tool, or like you can't pick block or select a blueprint. Oh, yes, you can. Okay. Just make sure that's right. So the rail would be at this level. And then if I wanted to put a train here, then we'd have to think about what we would want for loading and unloading. And I may want to decorate it and have some stuff. So, train station. The minimum would be there. I would say probably closer to here would be better to have room on either side of it. And this is just an example. This doesn't really necessarily have to be where we put it. And then the freight would be there. Oh, I'm missing motors. Yeah, I do notice it's a little bit chuggy, but at least it's better than... The thing that I notice the most is my mouse. Like, in the UI, this feels really draggy. I don't know why. Maybe that's the upscaling. Right, so freight platform would be... I don't think we would unload it that way. I think we would unload it this way. Well, it's hard to say. Because the thing is, we would have room underneath it to do any load balancing. Not that we would need to. Yeah, it doesn't give a lot of room. At least not to decorate it. So then here, I think it's 3. And that depends, of course, on whether we have 2 trains or 1 train. Nice curve. So that does take up a lot of space. What I would like to do is have the train unload and maybe even turn around and go into a station that goes in this direction. The question then is, like, how do you get it back on the track? If it's a single train and just a loop, then it would come in this way and then leave this way. You're working on steel. Nice, Dan. So if that is where train comes out, I'd say we would send the things up, probably to a logistics floor. And what did I say? That was going to be at least 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even this is kind of tight. I feel like I'd want just aesthetically to have more than that. Yeah, I feel like we need at least that. Plus, if I want to do any depth in the ceiling design. So already our storage room is definitely going to have to go up a lot higher. Now the speed of these don't matter, because this is probably just going to be for our inventory. Nope, wrong spot. Yeah, for some reason today, it's probably the upscaling, but my mouse seems super sensitive. So if it looks like I'm struggling, it's that's why. So that would be one way to unload it. And that would come up into what would be probably... I don't know if we'd have to do this, but I kind of want to prep to do this just in case. Because maybe this could end up being something we don't just have for our storage, but it could be for other things too. So we need at least this much. For a nice big logistics floor. Anything lower would be kind of a pain. Yeah. And then, do I need anything underneath the logistics floor? Or like underneath the storage room? I feel like that 3 should be enough. And that's 8 meters, it looks like, above where we are now. Yeah. Okay. So the reason I mention that is because I want to have a decent view from up here, and if that puts us up there, I think that's solid. The question is then from down here, how do we incorporate that into the chess piece? I guess I could have that middle part of the chess piece be the window. Although that's going to have the Decepticon symbol in it, maybe? Or maybe I could just do it right above it? There's different versions of the shape of his chess piece too, right? I really need to do some pixel art of the Decepticon thing. I don't know if I have any screenshots off the top of my head. I know that I have them somewhere of my Metroplex build. I feel like that's from 2022. No, was that 2021? Are you kidding me? It is from 2021. That is ridiculous. I mean, the end of 2021, but still. Wow. Let me just see if I can open this up for you. What's a good image to replace Megatron to Megatron? Maybe the blueprint? Yeah. Let me just find that. Properties, browse. So on the other save that I did, I made the Autobot symbol out of signs from Metroplex, and it worked out pretty well. So I think having something like that at roughly that scale here, right where I'm looking, like right about there, or if that's the window, then maybe we could do it just below. So actually, let me just see if I can Devastator image. I know I'm moving with the image on the screen. I'm just kind of see if I can get to the point where it looks to be right about the right scale. Sort of. It'll be much bigger than that. Yeah, okay, the image is too small. Yeah, I think we could start to block out something like that. Because I would like to sort of frame this train. I guess we have to decide on this train if it's going to be one rail or two. I'm not sure why these things are so weirdly rendering. I don't know if that's a texture thing or what. They're kind of shimmering. Oh, thanks, Dan. Yeah, I think it's a cool build too. That would put us up a lot higher over here too. I have thoughts to do another layer. That's also a little bit low. So that means the face of this could be as far out as here. Just as a flat wall to start with. I need to just open up a couple of reference images of Devastator here. I feel like I closed that other one. Yeah, there's definitely some interesting shapes in that chest piece of his. Generally speaking, though, it has the same sort of triangle. I do prefer the ones that are a little bit flatter on the top because that'd be a lot easier for us to do. That's for sure. I don't remember how big that Autobot symbol is either. Maybe if I zoom in. I can't believe this is from 2021. Oh, that's really big. That's 1, 2. That's 4. Yeah, that's 4 foundations tall. 16 meters tall. So for that to be fit on this, it would be be this section right here. So that would be the Decepticon symbol. The height of it, anyway. And then I want some space around it. Plus I want those to look cool. Yeah, that's going to be large and in charge. I'm not sure what we would use across here. Maybe the architecture, the beams. And then it would have to have stuff on top of it as well. Yeah, I feel like that's going to need to be higher. Yeah, I'm feeling like that needs to be... I feel like the bottom of this needs to be up about halfway up. Like I want to say that needs to be about 2 meters higher. To give me the proportions that I want. Oop, bumped the mic, sorry. Because I think what I want is for my storage room to be above whatever we do for the front of this. So that's going to put this higher than this. Not that the windows couldn't be on either side, but I think it'd be more fun if it was in the middle. Plus, it's not like we have a restrictive height limit on the game. I don't think it's going to be that rectangle. I think it's going to be more like a square. We can sort that out later. Yeah, I'm really not finding the... Whatever I've got changed for the upscaling or rendering or something like that. Maybe it's the view distance, but like something is really messing with the textures. And I don't quite know what that is. there'd be some space around it, and then it would be probably like another meter or two. Is a meter, 4 meters. With some stuff like coming out at the bottom here. Just kind of a rough idea. Even then, that feels a little small. Oops. And I'm also feeling like we have to do some layers here. And right now this does not feel overly layered. How much room does a train comfortably need before it goes through? Like that's pretty good, maybe a little bit wide. Certainly wide enough for 2 trains. And then that's going to need room. So yeah, this is definitely going to have to be higher. Interesting. Right on. Well, looks like it's getting dark, and well, we've been up for, I think, really the better part of 40 minutes. So we'll continue to play in the save. I'm not going to complain. I'm not crazy about the texture sacrifices I've had to make, but I really hope that Coffee Stain comes out with a patch that fixes this stuff. But they're taking a much-deserved break right now. If you're new to the channel, folks, I take a break once an hour. This is that time. You get to ride the break train. I'm going to reheat my coffee, grab a little bit of a stretch. And if you wouldn't mind telling a friend about the stream or the Joel Duggan VODs YouTube channel on YouTube. I'm trying to grow the channel, so the more people that know about it, the better. I'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. So I'm even finding the monitor on OBS is choppy. Are my scene transitions choppy? Are you guys getting like a frame stutter when I switch from the break screen back here? I don't want to go to Megatron. It's a little bit choppy. See, that's not... I don't understand why that's happening, because that wasn't happening the other day. Right? At least I don't think it was happening the other day. I feel like somebody probably would have told me. I gotta say, I'm excited about the game, but it's very frustrating to not know why you're having performance issues. I feel like I've been having just tech issues the last little while in general. What is that? Oh. Box of shame. That's still the old Mark I blueprint designer too. Wow, things look really skewed on the edge of the screens when you're in a hypertube. Yeah, I think our room is going to be a lot larger, or a lot higher. I don't know if I like these little points. I kind of think that these might be going on the inside. Have it be a little bit tighter. There's the crash. All right, I'm done messing around. I will send and restart. Looks like we are going to do the first save again. And I will probably restart the stream just so I have a different VOD. Something easy for the YouTube channel. I might not even post this VOD. This might be just a problem. Yeah, I feel like the entire system is just chugging right now, and I don't have any other processes going on in the background. Like nothing that needs to... I mean, everything else that's going needs to happen, you know? Screen timer, all that kind of stuff. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to restart the stream quickly. And we'll just jump into the 1.0 save that we started the other day. So give me just a couple seconds, folks. I guess if I decide to make this a VOD, later, then I should at least point people towards Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube, Joel Duggan on Twitter, and thespawnchunks.com for podcasting, and the citadelcafe.com for more podcasting. All things that I do. So yeah, if you're watching this later, thanks very much. We're going to switch over to the new save.